This week, a convention of drone makers is taking place in Washington, and that's where Paul Meyer is. He's general manager of Northrop Grumman's Aerospace Systems. Paul, these conventions are always places where we see the latest and greatest, the next generation, what's around the corner. How close is this stuff to being reality, to being deployed in the field?
Well, in many cases, probably at least 60% of what you're seeing on the floor today is deployed in some form or fashion in the field today, whether it's over in Afghanistan, Iran, or in some type of peacetime operation.
Now, how much of an impact are the economics of defense budgets these days having on the drone business? I have to imagine that's one of the things topmost in your mind. As the Defense Department cuts spending and comes under further pressure to cut spending, do drones become that much more attractive a business for companies like Northrop Grumman and others?
Well, we believe they do. We believe that they're going to offer opportunities for reduced manpower, which is ultimate savings. And when they're not needed, they don't need to fly. So we think that answer is going to be there, albeit we don't think the quantity will be as large as it might have been in past years of how many aircraft they will buy.
Why is that? Because you would think that if the Defense Department is cutting back on spending, they're going to have to make some decisions, very hard decisions about how much to spend on each device acquired, whether it's a weapon or whether it's an aircraft. Would it not make sense for them to buy more drones and perhaps fewer large multi-billion-dollar aircraft?
Well, what we do see here, in some cases, there are opportunities for some of these unmanned aircraft to replace a manned mission. Again, that transition, when it wants to occur, when the customer wants to make that happen, will appear. And that is our opportunity. But we would think that, again, given the endurance that is generally 2 to 3 times a manned airplane, you could replace those manned missions with less unmanned aircraft.
So if that's the case and Northrop Grumman continues to invest in this technology, what's further ahead? What's the next generation of drones going to look like if you're already dealing with something that weighs less than half a pound and is only 1.5 feet long?
Well, they all have a certain set of missions. Before, when we first started, we had a very confined set of roles and responsibilities. We were looking for fixed targets, providing some type of sensing capability. Now we're into humanitarian relief. We're into scientific test missions where we test the atmosphere. So I think the missions will expand, and hopefully we believe this expansion will go into the private sector or into the civil sector here with the police department. So I think that option is to continue to expand. And again, I think when we look at the UAVs and this budget opportunity, while we may buy less, we will design aircraft that can carry more capable sensors, have more computing power, and provide more capability than potentially the manned systems that they replace.
Paul, it sounds like an exciting prospect for your company, perhaps a bit of a frightening one, the thought of a police drone hovering around in your backyard. We thank you for joining us. Paul Meyer, he runs Aerospace Systems at Northrop Grumman.